We are 48 hours removed from the extravaganza that was the Backlash Premium Live event, and what an event it was. So many fantastic matchups, everybody putting it all on the line, but now it is in the past and we are in the future. In the future, the present, is the Monday Night Raw after Backlash, live here tonight in the CFG Bank Arena and with a hot crowd in Baltimore, Maryland. Now everybody has something to chase here on the Red Brand. Everybody has cemented their place on the roster, and now here tonight, we are going to see the beginning of a new road, the beginning of a new journey for most of these superstars. It is sure to be a fantastic night here on Raw. We are looking to bring you the same fire and the same energy that was brought in St. Louis for Backlash. And as you can see, some improvements have been made here to the arena, a lot more of a safer environment with all the chaos that goes down here on the Red Brand. And there is surely to be some chaos here tonight on the Raw after Backlash. First things first, after the attack on the goddess Alexa Bliss last week, Asuka steps into the ring 1v1 against Alexa's best friend, Charlotte Flair. Charlotte looking to get a little bit of payback for her best friend here tonight as she takes on one half of the Kabuki Warriors. And also going down here tonight in Baltimore after her appearance at the Backlash Premium Live event, screwing over Becky Lynch for the Women's World title. More on that later tonight. But AJ Lee is in the building here in the CFG Bank Arena, and she will explain her actions that went down this past Saturday in St. Louis. All that and more going down here on Raw. But to kick things off here tonight in Baltimore, it is the brand new WWE Intercontinental Champion. Seth freaking Rollins is in the building after a fantastic victory this past Saturday at Backlash, and the WWE Universe is singing his song as he is the brand new champion. Seth Rollins kicking us off here tonight, going to say a few words to the loyal WWE Universe here in the CFG Bank Arena. It has been a very hot environment here all day in Baltimore. And as you can hear, the WWE Universe is not looking to let up as the show is just getting underway. Of course, we are now on the road to WWE Battleground, our next Premium Live event. But I feel like Seth Rollins has a little bit to say about the Backlash Premium Live event that just took place. Let's take a look back at what transpired in St. Louis. Replay is available now in the archive. The Backlash Premium Live event saw Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, Solo Sikoa, and the young OG Javon Evans, a fatal four-way matchup for the Intercontinental Championship. A very, very highly competitive fatal four-way matchup. Everybody giving it their all to see who was going to walk out of St. Louis with one of the best prizes, one of the biggest prizes in the business today. Everybody put everything on the line. Everybody threw their best shot at each other. But at the end of the day, it was Seth freaking Rollins who was able to pick up the win, who was able to divide and conquer everybody else within the Fatal 4-Way contest. As you can see a few of the highlights here, everybody throwing caution to the wind to crown themselves the Intercontinental Champion. Javon Evans was flying throughout the ring. So was Seth Rollins. Bronson Reed and Solo Sikoa trying to assert their dominance when it comes to power. But this is the moment right here. After the spinning Solo possibly looking for the Samoan spike, but Seth Rollins would catch him with a vicious stomp. And that stomp right there would not only crown Seth Rollins the winner, but it would also grant him yet another championship in his historic resume. Seth Rollins is the working man's champion. He is now the Intercontinental Champion, and we all know he has felt this pressure before, and Seth Rollins is looking to have another fantastic reign and possibly looking to show everybody why exactly he is one of the greatest to ever do it. And we are going to hear from that man in just a few moments. Seth freaking Rollins kicking us off here tonight after Backlash. Oh my goodness. Well, this has to be the last person that Seth Rollins wanted to see here tonight in Baltimore. We all know the history between these two men right here. They can't stand each other. But the best in the world, CM Punk, is in the building, and he is interrupting the Intercontinental Champion. Of course, CM Punk 48 hours ago went to war with the Ring General Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship, and unfortunately for CM Punk, he was unsuccessful on that night. It was a bloody war. CM Punk has to be battered and bruised here tonight, but he is still in the CFG Bank Arena, and it seems like he has something to say to Seth Rollins. Well, the air here in the CFG Bank Arena just got very, very tense, ladies and gentlemen. The war of words between Rollins and Punk surely are going to make headlines, but let's not forget what Rollins just announced earlier. He announced the WWE Intercontinental Championship Open Challenge here tonight. An open contract. Somebody can sign their name on the dotted line, and Rollins will defend the gold 48 hours after winning it in St. Louis. But we're going to get straight to some action here tonight as the megastar has the wrist taped up and he's ready for a battle.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 240 pounds, LA Knight.
It's a little bit of a homecoming for the megastar here tonight in Baltimore. And of course, as we know, LA Knight has gone on record to say whoever won the World Heavyweight Championship at Backlash, whether that be CM Punk or Gunther, that he was coming for him. And as we know, 48 hours ago, it was the Ring General Gunther who was able to secure the World Heavyweight Championship, which means that LA Knight has his next target, and that would be Gunther and that World Heavyweight Championship. But he's got to stay focused here tonight in Baltimore. He has ring action to get to in just a few moments, as he takes on one of the most decorated superstars, a superstar that wasn't even supposed to have this decorated of a career, and he has gone on record to say that multiple times. The only two-time Grand Slam champion here in the WWE. The A-lister is looking for a huge upset, if you will, here tonight.
And his opponent, residing in Hollywood, California, weighing in at 221 pounds,
Over the last couple of years, The Miz hasn't had the luck in ring that he would have liked. His resume, his win-loss record has not looked good over the past few years, but now this is a fresh start for The Miz, a new opportunity. If he can secure a huge win here tonight over LA Knight, then maybe it would be The Miz getting the next shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. We don't know what that would transpire, what that would entail for the A-lister. You all know The Miz, very accomplished, like we said, the only two-time Grand Slam champion in WWE history. So The Miz is no pushover. We're going to see exactly how LA Knight fares against The Miz here tonight in the CFG Bank Arena. And oh my goodness, well, it seems like LA Knight is not wasting any time, going straight after The Miz to kick things off here tonight on Raw. Of course, what about the big announcement that Seth Rollins made just moments ago, saying there will be an Intercontinental Championship Open Challenge here tonight, an open contract for anybody to sign their name on the dotted line. And even though these two men already are having a matchup right now, it could be one of these two men. It could be LA Knight or The Miz signing that open contract after tonight. We don't know. We will see what happens later tonight in our main event. And of course, the war of words between CM Punk and Seth Rollins. We will have more on that a little bit later tonight during the main event. We will talk about that a little bit later. Right now, we must focus on our opening contest, which is the megastar and the A-lister. And right now, LA Knight looking pretty good. There's a nice power slam by LA Knight in the middle of the ring. Cover here, referee in position. Kick out at 2, though, by The Miz. Of course, the WWE Universe, very happy to see LA Knight here in Baltimore. Like I said, a homecoming, if you will, for the megastar. And The Miz is looking to ruin that homecoming, not looking to let LA Knight get the homecoming win here tonight in the CFG Bank Arena. And now here's The Miz looking for a suplex, and he got it, taking down LA Knight, much to the chagrin of the WWE Universe. As you can see, the improvements that were made here to the arena here for Monday Night Raw. A lot more secure, a lot more stable barricades, as there's just been so much chaos going on as of late here on Monday Night Raw. WWE officials decided, you know what? We got to make this place a little bit more self-proof. You have to make this place a little bit more safe for the WWE Universe in attendance. As we've said, all the chaos that's been going down here on Raw, and it's just been about a month. Everybody doing everything they can to prove that they are the top dogs and that they deserve to be at the top of the mountain here on the red brand. And that is exactly what The Miz is looking to do here tonight with a big win. Has the cover here on LA Knight, but it's a quick kick out by the megastar. And now here comes The Miz now on the second rope. LA Knight just getting back to his feet. And oh, misses the double axe handle. Into the clothesline goes LA Knight. And right now the megastar trying to fight his way back into the contest here against The Miz. You can see those LA Knight signs. They're closer in the front row. I believe that's the front row and the third row, or maybe the second row. Oh my goodness! Head first into the canvas goes LA Knight in the middle of that 20 by 20. And The Miz, just like that, back in control. We all know The Miz knows how to work the ring very, very well, and he is showing it right now. My God. Running knee strike to the gut in the corner, and now just toying with the megastar. The Miz right now very focused and fired up. He needs this win. Like we said, not many wins have come around for The Miz as of late, and he is looking for possibly one of the biggest wins in the last few years of his career right here, right now. And now here's The Miz down onto the knee and followed by the neck breaker. That is textbook Miz offense right there, ladies and gentlemen. LA Knight is down, and The Miz pulling LA Knight away from the ropes. That is great ring awareness by The Miz, but unfortunately not enough. It's a kick out at 2 by LA. And now here's LA Knight trying to fight his way back into the contest. The Miz missed that strike, and now here comes LA Knight with a few strikes of his own. The megastar now sending The Miz into the corner, followed by the uppercut. Here comes the megastar fighting his way back into the matchup. Big clothesline now by LA Knight. Now raining down the fist down onto The Miz is LA Knight. The Miz has just been busted open by that final punch. And now LA Knight off the ropes goes The Miz. And now, oh my goodness, what a maneuver there by the megastar. Uh-oh. You can hear the WWE Universe following LA Knight. There's the big elbow drop into the cover, hooking the leg of The Miz, but unfortunately, it's not enough for the megastar to pick up the win here in Baltimore. LA Knight sizing up The Miz, not going to complain about it. Knows he still has a good shot of winning the matchup here tonight. Oh, misses the strike. Here comes The Miz right back with a strike of his own. And now The Miz once again back to that textbook offense, following up with the neck breaker. And now The Miz trying to work away at the limbs of LA Knight, trying to slow down any momentum that LA Knight built in that comeback. And now there's the kick to the knee there. LA Knight is down, and The Miz following it up for that big spike DDT. Hurrying into the cover, rushing into position is The Miz with the leg hooked into the kick out. Goes LA Knight. And now The Miz in showing urgency here, trying to get this matchup ended quickly now. He has LA Knight right where he wants him. Puts him on the top rope to no avail. LA Knight kicking the hand away. Here comes the punches now by the megastar. The Miz able to reverse now. Big punch of his own. Into position for the skull-crushing finale. Skull-crushing finale by The Miz to win this one. LA Knight got the shoulder up again. And now The Miz is not too happy. As you can see here, arguing with our official about the 2 count. Well, The Miz has got to pay attention here. He's a veteran of the game. He knows that this is possibly going to screw him over here. LA Knight back to his feet now. Oh, my goodness, a little bit of blunt force trauma. It's academic from here. You can count to 20. Well, The Miz let himself get distracted, arguing with the official. A rookie mistake by the veteran that is The Miz. And LA Knight, he was there to take advantage. I don't even think The Miz saw him get up to his feet. and The Miz would suffer a BFT for his troubles, and that is a big win for the megastar. The hometown hero, LA Knight, securing the victory in our opening contest, getting him one step closer to his ultimate goal, being the World Heavyweight Championship.
Here is your winner.
LA Knight is gunning for Gunther. He is gunning for the big one here on the red brand. And convincing wins like that, if he can get convincing wins like that piled up, there will be no denying who the #1 contender truly is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, taking a look back at the Backlash Premium Live event in St. Louis. It was the man, Becky Lynch, going 1v1 with the Dark Angel, La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer, for the Women's World Championship. And what a matchup it was. Both of these women going back and forth to see who was the top dog on the red brand, who was the top dog of the Monday Night Raw Women's Division. Of course, Stephanie Vaquer qualifying for that matchup, defeating Io Sky. Becky Lynch qualifying for that matchup, defeating Rhea Ripley. And these two tore the house down in St. Louis. What a matchup it was. Back and forth scenario. And each and every move that happened could have ended the matchup. Of course, Becky Lynch and Stephanie Vaquer threw everything at each other. Every SVB, every disarmor, every manhandle slam. Nothing was seeming to work. Nothing was working for either of these two women. But at the end of the day, it was Stephanie Vaquer hitting Becky Lynch with that SVB, then immediately rushing to the top rope, as you can see here in the highlights, following up with a corkscrew moonsault that was finally able to put away Becky Lynch, and Stephanie Vaquer would secure the Women's World Championship. We are in the La Primera era here on the red brand, and Stephanie Vaquer has the hardware to prove it as she walked out of St. Louis as your new Women's World Champion. And fresh off her victory 48 hours ago over the man Becky Lynch, we will be hearing from the Dark Angel herself. The Women's World Champion is in the building here tonight in Baltimore as Stephanie Vaquer makes her way to the ring. And I gotta say, ladies and gentlemen, that title looks fantastic around her waist. She fought tooth and nail for that championship against Becky Lynch. A little bit of outside interference occurred also in that matchup. We will go over that a little bit later. But as it stands, Stephanie Vaquer is your Women's World Champion. WWE Universe on their feet for Stephanie Vaquer as she is ready to speak her mind and basically say what is next for the Dark Angel. Now that she has the gold, we are going to see exactly what is going to happen next for Stephanie Vaquer. Wait a minute here. Wait a minute. What the hell is that? Well, that's Natalya, ladies and gentlemen, attacking the Women's World Champion. Well, I don't know what the meaning of this is here. Natalya putting her hands on the champion, taking out Stephanie Vaquer before she could even say a word about her big win in St. Louis. Of course, as we know, Natalya and Stephanie Vaquer would go 1v1 on the season premiere of Monday Night Raw about a month ago. And it was Stephanie Vaquer picking up the win that night. And I guess Natalya is holding a grudge from that moment. And she is taking out her frustrations on Stephanie. Well, I don't know what's going on. We've got to get some order out here because Natalya is completely out of control. Oh, my God. Just throwing that steel chair in the face of the champion. Well, Natalya right now is fully out of control. I mean, this was not expected. We didn't even think Natalya was in the building tonight, but clearly she was, and she's taken out all frustrations she may have had on Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie Vaquer hasn't even been able to get out of the block. She had no idea she would be blindsided by the Queen of Hearts here tonight. And Natalya right now all over Stephanie. Stephanie trying to get some type of breathing room right here, rolling out of the ring, but Natalya follows. And oh my goodness, Stephanie, I don't think you want to get up from this. Jesus Christ, cracked over the skull with that steel chair. And the assault continues from the Queen of Hearts, Natalya. Somebody get that damn chair away from her. She's killing the Women's World Champion. Unbelievable assault from Natalya. Stephanie Vaquer is hurt and she's hurt bad. I don't think we're getting any type of explanation out of Natalya here tonight. Well, we were supposed to hear from the Women's World Champion, but clearly that's not going to happen now. Well, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we have to move on with the show here tonight. Let's take you back to last week, the go-home show of Monday Night Raw just before Backlash. It was Asuka assaulting the goddess Alexa Bliss backstage. She found her backstage, and we know that the Kabuki Warriors, Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, they've had a little bit of issues over the past couple of weeks. Of course, the Kabuki Warriors defeating Charlexa, that's their tag team name that the WWE Universe has started to call them. They defeated them in tag team action on the season premiere. And now, as you can see here, Asuka with a big assault on Alexa Bliss. And this move right here, the overhead throw through the table, would put Alexa Bliss out of commission. Of course, Alexa Bliss not here tonight. She is at home nursing the injuries she sustained after that assault from the Empress Asuka. But her best friend, Charlotte Flair, is not too keen on what the Kabuki Warriors did to Alexa last week. And tonight, Charlotte Flair is looking for a little bit of payback against Asuka. The Queen is here.
It's scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from the Queen City, Charlotte Flair.
The Queen is out for her pound of flesh here tonight. She is seeking revenge on behalf of her best friend Alexa Bliss as she goes one-on-one with the Empress in just a few moments. Walking down to the ring with purpose is Charlotte Flair, and she is looking to fulfill her purpose for Alexa. Coming up next, Charlotte and Asuka one-on-one. It was announced at Backlash, ladies and gentlemen, but the next premium live event will be Battleground, live in Fort Worth, Texas, in the Dickies Arena. The road to Battleground has started, and your WWE superstars are looking to make their case for the next big event. Well, as you can see, the young OG, Javon Evans, clearly not having any of Paul Heyman's shtick, telling him, hey, I still don't mess with you in the vision, especially after what happened to Jacob Fatu. Of course, Fatu still, oh my God! Well, Braun Breaker just pulled up and he just speared Javon Evans in half. Well, as we were saying, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, the Vision, took out Jacob Fatu a couple of weeks when we were in Boston. And now it seems like Braun Breaker has gotten the orders from Paul Heyman, and now he is looking to take out Javon Evans the same way Jacob Fatu is on the shelf. Well, Paul Heyman basically telling the young OG, you got to stop trying to get into fights that you know you can't win. And I guess Javon Evans clearly not listening to Paul Heyman. And he told him, if any of your boys want to fight, I'm here tonight and I'm ready. And it seems like Braun Breaker has accepted that invite. Oh my goodness. Hopefully we can get some help backstage for Javon Evans. And hopefully, maybe, I don't know, maybe that match will get made official. But as of right now, we are back here live in the CFG Bank Arena with the Queen Charlotte Flair in the ring as she is ready for one-on-one action against two of her bitter rivals. Charlotte Flair looks to get revenge for the attack on Alexa Bliss last week as she takes on the main perpetrator in the Empress of Tomorrow. And of course, she's got her best friend with her.
And her opponent, accompanied by Kairi Sane, representing the Kabuki Warriors from Osaka, Japan. Asuka!
As you can see, Charlotte Flair visibly outnumbered here tonight. Kairi Sane and Asuka are both in the building. It's a 2v1 situation for the Queen in this 1v1 matchup. Of course, these two women, two of the most sadistic, the most dangerous superstars we have in the WWE, they will do whatever it takes to get by. And we saw that last week when Asuka found Alexa Bliss backstage and took her out. Of course, Alexa Bliss will be out for another week or two, possibly, with the injury she sustained. And if Kairi Sane and Asuka get their way here tonight in this contest, Charlotte Flair may be out about the same amount of time, if not longer, than her best friend Bliss. Very high stakes situation here, 1v1 contest between Flair and Asuka. It's going to be a tough one for referee Daphne LaShawn as we got this contest underway. And out of the gate, you can see Charlotte Flair coming out hot with the strikes and the chops. Asuka trying to slow down Charlotte a little bit here with this collar and elbow tie-up. I don't think it's really going to, it doesn't really work. As you can see, Charlotte able to push back Asuka almost immediately. Oh my goodness, and now there's the cheap shot. And you can see there, Charlotte Flair, very, very frustrated, very, very angry, and has been waiting to get her hands on Asuka. Even though we know the emotions that Charlotte Flair is feeling right now, she's got to keep a cool head, and she's got to remain calm. If she wants to win this matchup, she can't get herself disqualified doing something stupid. Asuka's in the corner now, and Charlotte Flair continuing the assault. Oh my goodness, a big boot right to the face of the Empress. Almost took her face paint off right there. Into the cover goes Charlotte Flair, an early cover and an early kick out by Asuka. And right now the Queen is all over Asuka. And you got to remember the X Factor at ringside being the Pirate Princess Kairi Sane. Charlotte Flair now has Asuka on her shoulders into the flapjack there. Face first goes Asuka, and the Queen right now looking pretty good in the middle of the squared circle. Once again, Asuka is getting dragged around by Charlotte Flair. Able to fight out of the corner that time. Oh my God! Able to fight out of the corner that time is Asuka, and with that big strike, now all of a sudden, it seems like Asuka is fully back in control of the contest, and right now the Queen not looking too good. Here comes Asuka now with the strikes of her own here. My God, what a back elbow. And down goes the Queen. And just like that, the Empress of Tomorrow is in control of the contest. Another matchup between these two. These two have had many battles over the years. Of course, the most memorable being at WrestleMania after Asuka won the Women's Royal Rumble, facing Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. And on that night, it would be Charlotte Flair ending the undefeated streak of the Empress. And you got to think, all these years later, there is no way that Asuka has forgotten about that. Wait a minute here. You can see Kairi Sane and Asuka chatting it up right now, trying to think about the next move in this one. Oh my goodness, but there goes Charlotte Flair, able to take out Asuka. And now Kairi Sane sent into the barricade, followed up by a big chop. And the Queen right now is looking pretty good in this 2v1 situation, even though this is only a 1v1 matchup. Now Charlotte and Asuka back in the middle of the ring once again. Charlotte taking out the leg. And now trying to keep an eye on Kairi Sane, making sure she doesn't get herself involved in this matchup. So far, Kairi really hasn't done much. She's given Charlotte her space to fight with Asuka. Of course, her and Asuka had the conversation before Charlotte Flair got involved. But really, Kairi Sane's just sitting there and right now giving this matchup the 1v1 feeling that it needs. We haven't seen that much out of the WWE superstars so far this year. Asuka, though, is back in control. Here's the cover on Charlotte Flair, and there's a kick out at 2, a very powerful kick out. You got to think that has had to frustrate Asuka right there. And now what's going to happen? Asuka with the hold of Charlotte Flair now onto the ropes as Kairi Sane looks on at her best friend slash mentor Asuka doing what she needs to do in the middle of the squared circle. Trying to take out the Queen by any means necessary. Tonight is the Kabuki Warriors. And now Charlotte is sent to the outside. And you can see again, Kairi Sane backing up. Well, I got to say, this is a change of pace, a new direction here. I didn't really expect Kairi Sane to just allow Charlotte and Asuka to be 1v1 here tonight. Clearly, I made the wrong assumption. Definitely LaShawn right now making sure the count is going. We're at a count of 4 now. As oh, wait a minute here. Oh, here we go. Wait a minute. Well, now Kairi Sane arguing with Charlotte. Maybe I spoke too soon. The Pirate Princess now getting herself involved. Distracting Charlotte so that Asuka could continue the assault. Maybe I just spoke too soon, ladies and gentlemen. You've got to be kidding me. Now Charlotte goes face first off the announce table. Back into that 20 by 20 we go now, and Asuka is in firm control of this one. Has a hold of Charlotte Flair into the body slam. Charlotte Flair's in trouble. Now the double axe handle by the Empress of Tomorrow. And right now, Asuka in full control of Charlotte Flair. It's not looking good for Charlotte. She's got to find some way to fight her way back into this contest, or this one's going to be over sooner rather than later. And now we've got an armbar locked in here. A nice armbar, and it's locked in pretty tight here by the Empress. Charlotte Flair in deep trouble. Referee Daphne LaShawn in prime position to see if Charlotte Flair taps out with either hand here. Charlotte Flair's in trouble, but she's able to possibly wriggle herself out of the situation, and she does. And now takes out the leg for a third time in the matchup, possibly setting up for that figure 8. And oh my goodness, a running, spinning back elbow by the Queen. Here comes Charlotte Flair. Now she's on the top rope. What's she possibly looking to do here? The crossbody down onto Asuka. And the Queen is fired up here in Baltimore. Now, wait a minute, what the hell is Charlotte doing now on the barricade? Charlotte Flair with a moonsault off the barricade, oh my! Here comes the Queen, and Kairi Sane is beside herself here at ringside. Charlotte Flair is fired up in the WWE Universe, is behind the Queen here tonight. To the top rope now goes Asuka. And what could Charlotte be planning right here? Oh my goodness, what is Charlotte going to do? Oh my goodness, a side slam off the top barricade. Asuka is down. Charlotte Flair to the top rope. What's the Queen possibly looking to do? Oh my goodness, a beautiful moonsault down onto the Empress. What a jump! What an arc by the Queen! But unfortunately, it's not enough. Oh my goodness. A beautiful moonsault that has won Charlotte so many matches, but at this point in time, it is not going to win her this matchup. Kick to the gut by Asuka, followed up with a hip attack. Hip attack by Asuka. Referee Daphne LaShawn getting in prime position to see both shoulders, but Charlotte Flair got the shoulder up again, and you can see Kairi Sane and Asuka both putting their face in their hands. Of course, they both know how difficult it is to defeat the Queen, and now Charlotte sent to the outside again. Asuka calling Charlotte to her feet here. What's the game plan now? Referee Daphne LaShawn trying to make sure Kairi Sane doesn't do anything. Oh my goodness, Asuka overjumped. She overshot the Queen, and Charlotte gonna take advantage with a neck breaker. You can see the face of Kairi. She knew that was a big mistake by Asuka, and that could possibly cost her the matchup here tonight. And now, face first on the floor goes Asuka. Charlotte Flair now is back in control, sending Asuka back into the squared circle. Oh my goodness, Charlotte Flair possibly looking for the end-all be-all in this contest. Big forearm, down goes Asuka. Fumbling over the words here. What a matchup this has been. Charlotte Flair seeks revenge. Oh my goodness, referee Daphne LaShawn got in the way of Asuka. Now, wait a minute here. Charlotte Flair may be looking for the finishing touches of this matchup. Misses the chops. Oh, there's a punch there by Asuka. And now look at this fiery offense here. Some kicks, a stomp, and a kick to the back. And now the Empress trying to fight her way back into the contest now. And now once again to the outside goes Charlotte Flair. And now Asuka's arguing with referee Daphne LaShawn. I guess maybe trying to give Kairi a little bit of an opening, but clearly Kairi sees that she's still in the range of vision from referee Daphne LaShawn, and unfortunately there's nothing she can do in that situation. I guess Asuka could really also kind of tell. Oh my goodness, she got a big boot. I guess Asuka also realized she kind of messed up that plan, and now she has to figure out plan B. Oh my God, now Kairi gets a back elbow for her troubles. You've got to be kidding me. Charlotte Flair is going crazy here tonight. To the top rope goes Charlotte once again. Once again, looking for a moonsault. She got it once again. Really the third moonsault of the matchup. The second from the top rope. But it's not going to do it. Still a lot of fight left in the Empress. Charlotte trying to grab a hold of Asuka. Asuka not going to allow it to happen. And now Asuka has a hold of Charlotte. Oh no, Charlotte, this is not where she wants to be. It's the Asuka lock. The Asuka lock is locked in. Charlotte is right there near the ropes, but I don't think she has enough arm length to grab it. And Kairi Sane right there pleading and screaming at Charlotte to tap out. Asuka's got it locked in and locked in good. This could be it for the Queen. What is going to happen? Charlotte Flair, is she going to be able to fight out of this one? Is she going to be able to keep her promise alive? And she does. Fights out of the Asuka lock. Oh my goodness, a spear! A spear that just cut the Empress in half. Kairi Sane with her hands on her hips. It could be academic now. Natural selection. And the Queen is victorious here tonight. Mission failed for the Kabuki Warriors, and Charlotte Flair gets her piece of flesh and a little bit of payback for Little Miss Bliss here tonight on Raw. A hard-fought battle, and of course Charlotte Flair had to fight tooth and nail in this 2v1 affair with Kairi Sane at ringside. But at the end of the day, the Queen always finds a way.
Here is your winner, Charlotte Flair.
Impressive victory here tonight for the Queen, able to vanquish the attacker of Alexa Bliss, that being Asuka. Of course, I think this issue between the Kabuki Warriors, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss is far from over. But as of right now, Charlotte Flair can celebrate victory here tonight. Wait a minute! Well, now here's Kairi Sane, clearly not too happy of what the result was here tonight, and she's taking matters into her own hands, and now she is the one taking out Charlotte Flair. Well, Asuka is out of it at ringside, and Kairi Sane has clearly had enough of the celebration, and now she is taking out taking out Charlotte Flair with her own two hands. And referee Daphne LaShawn trying to tell Kairi, the match is over, you don't need to do this, but I don't think Kairi Sane really cares. The Kabuki Warriors, like I said, they will do anything to make sure they get by anybody to get what they want. And it seems like tonight the victim might be the Queen. They couldn't do it during the sanctioned matchup, so Kairi Sane said to hell with it. I'm going to get the job done after the bell rings. And Charlotte Flair right now is defenseless. And she's got no Alexa Bliss to help her tonight because Alexa is not in the building. Like we said, she is at home nursing injuries, and now here's Kairi Sane with a damn kendo stick taking swings at the Queen. This is just sick. We've got to find some way to stop these two. Oh my God, right off the skull. The WWE Universe subject to this nonsense here. Kairi Sane and Asuka looking pretty good in this one. Wait, what is Kairi Sane telling Asuka? We got to get these two out of here. These two witches, we got to get them out of the building. Oh, no, now she's got a damn steel chair. Charlotte Flair is defenseless. The official trying to tell her, oh my God, get the hell out of there. We got to stop these. These two are unhinged. Kairi now, oh my goodness. Just beating the holy hell out of Charlotte Flair. Now Asuka wants a piece of the fun. We've got to get some help out here. We've got to restore some order because the Kabuki Warriors are clearly out of control. And they've just taken out Charlotte Flair here tonight on Raw. Oh my God, we got to get some help down here for Charlotte Flair. In the meantime, though, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, the match was made official during Charlotte versus Asuka. Javon Evans gets Braun Breaker 1v1 in the middle of the ring, and that matchup is to be coming up next. We need some help out here. Well, 48 hours ago, ladies and gentlemen, at Backlash in St. Louis, the main event of the evening, the Ring General Gunther versus the man we saw earlier tonight, the best in the world, CM Punk. What a matchup it was, ladies and gentlemen. It was a bloody war. I mean, just these two going at it for the top prize, the World Heavyweight Championship. Both of these men gave it their all, threw everything they could at each other. Like I said, it was a bloody war. Both men coming out bruised and battered. But at the end of the day, only one of them could walk out as the World Heavyweight Champion. CM Punk and Gunther threw everything they could at each other. Multiple GTSs, multiple power bombs. But at the end of the day, for some reason, nothing would give these two the win. You can see some of the highlights here. You can see the bruises and everything starting to come up on both of these superstars, both of these gladiators. They did everything they could in a fantastic main event. Like we said, Backlash replay is available now in the archive, and you've got to go watch this matchup, really the whole show, but this matchup was fantastic. Two of the best in the world doing whatever they could to secure the World Heavyweight Championship. We all know that both of these men have talked a pretty good game, pretty big game over the weeks leading up to Backlash, saying that both of them were the best in the world, and at some point they were going to have to get into the middle of the squared circle, and they were going to have to prove it. And prove it they did. But at the end of the day, it was this sleeper hold by the ring general Gunther that would ultimately put CM Punk to sleep, and it would grant Gunther the World Heavyweight Championship. Like you can see, a lot of blood over Gunther, a very bloody war that at the end of the day, Gunther did what he said he was going to do. He was going to take out CM Punk, and he was going to walk out as the World Heavyweight Champion. Well, the World Heavyweight Champion will grace us with his presence very, very soon, because next week, Gunther is in the building. Next week, the World Heavyweight Champion will make his face known. He will make face next week for his first appearance with a gold. The World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther, is live next week here on Raw. But before we get to next week, we are still live here in the CFG Bank Arena. And we've got a contest that was made just moments ago after what transpired earlier here tonight. The badass Braun Breaker is here, and he is ready to put a beating on the young OG. Braun Breaker looks to handle business here tonight against the young OG. Of course, we saw the conversation Javon Evans had with Paul Heyman earlier, stating he does not like Braun Breaker. He does not like Bronson Reed. He does not like Paul Heyman himself. He does not like the way that the Vision handled their business with Jacob Fatu. And because of that business, Jacob Fatu is still on the show. Well, it looks like Braun Breaker might have to show, I don't even know if I can even call it this, a little bit of tough love to the young OG here tonight, if things go his way, that is.
Yo, boy is bouncy.
The young OG, unfortunately unsuccessful at Backlash, trying to secure the Intercontinental Championship. But the one good thing about that, he said that a good thing is Bronson Reed didn't get it either. So this beef with the Vision continues. The young OG, although he is beat down, he is beat up, he is here tonight, and he is looking to put Braun Breaker in his place and looking to stand up for Jacob Fatu. You know, earlier it seemed like Paul Heyman tried to extend an invitation to the Vision to Javon Evans, but he said to hell with that. I still got a little bit of beef with y'all, and I've got business to handle here tonight. And it seems like the business is Braun Breaker, as the young OG looks to get a little bit of payback. Of course, a couple of weeks ago, we saw Javon Evans take on Bronson Reed 1v1, and that matchup was thrown out of the window because of the attack by Braun Breaker. Oh my goodness! Well, Braun wanted a little bit of a slower start, but it seems like Javon Evans said, get that out of here. I'm coming right at you. Fast start here from the young OG against Braun Breaker. Oh my goodness, a jumping clothesline immediately takes him to the ground. Well, Javon, if you want to start out fast, Braun Breaker can do that too. He can adapt to almost any situation. And now, oh my goodness, double knees to the gut of Javon Evans. Javon, though, able to fight off Braun Breaker. So you can see here, Javon has had this beef going on with the Vision for a little bit here. A couple of weeks that Javon has been involved with the Vision. And now here comes Javon Evans going all around Braun Breaker, eventually getting him down to the canvas here. Kick out at one, though, by Braun. And Javon Evans right now looking to use his speed and agility against the badass. Looking to use his speed and agility against Braun Breaker in this contest. And now Javon sending Braun Breaker to the outside. Well, Paul Heyman can't believe what he's seeing. Meanwhile, Javon Evans looking to fly, taking out Braun Breaker. And the young OG has fired himself up here tonight. All over Braun Breaker to start this contest. And now sending Braun Breaker back into the middle of the squared circle. Javon waiting for Braun to get to his feet. Looking for the springboard. Oh my goodness, the sidestep by Braun Breaker. And now just like that, Braun is back in control. Javon Evans went to the well a little bit too much, and it seems like Braun Breaker saw it coming, and now Javon Evans is in deep trouble. He's at the mercy of Braun Breaker. There's a nice spine buster. And now Braun Breaker's furious. Now Braun Breaker's locked in, and he's ready to put a beating on Javon. Oh my God! We said that Javon might have a little bit of a speed and agility advantage, but the explosiveness of Braun Breaker might just negate all of it. And now Javon sent over to the apron here. And now Braun Breaker just throwing him back into the ring. Did you see that? And now Braun, oh my God, a throwing German. Javon Evans is down, and he's just not looking too good. Braun Breaker right now having his way with the young OG. I guess to Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker, this is kind of on Javon Evans. You wanted to get involved in Vision business. You wanted to put yourself in the way of the Vision. You wanted a matchup with either Braun Breaker or Bronson Reed. Well, really now Javon has had matches with both of them. But you wanted a matchup against one of those two. Well, you made your bed, kid. Now you got to lay in it. It's exactly what Braun Breaker is trying to make Javon Evans do here tonight. As misses the super kick here. Now Braun Breaker, oh no. And now an exploder suplex, down goes Javon. Braun Breaker's barely broken a sweat, ladies and gentlemen. And then once again bringing Javon back into the middle of the ring. You can see the future on the back of Braun Breaker's gear, and he is possibly the future of the business. A former Intercontinental Champion is Braun Breaker. He's had multiple opportunities at the World Heavyweight Championship, and he is still so young into his career, just like Javon Evans. And now, oh my God, Braun Breaker. Double knees to the gut again. Of course, this matchup made in the middle of the show just about a couple of moments ago after Braun Breaker would attack Javon Evans backstage after Javon basically denied the invitation into the Vision by Paul Heyman. Braun Breaker awaiting Javon to get to his feet on the apron here. He's got something in mind. Javon still trying to recover here. And oh my goodness, Braun Breaker running off of the apron with that jumping clothesline. Just how do you even prepare for somebody like Braun Breaker? He's got the power, he's got the speed, he's got the agility, he's got everything. He's almost the picture-perfect competitor. This guy was made in a lab or something. I mean, this is ridiculous. Braun Breaker may be looking for a count out here, basically saying, Javon, you got to stay down, don't even bother. But it seems like Javon Evans, he's still going to try to fight back into this contest. Big forearm there by Javon. Here comes Javon. Oh, my goodness! A destroyer after the forearm. Into the cover. Catching Braun Breaker clearly off guard. But Braun got the shoulder up. Well, Javon, you can't just sit there. You've got to stay on the attack because now Braun Breaker's back on his feet and he takes him down with a head scissors takedown. Here comes the young OG, starting to fight his way back into the match. Sending Braun into the ropes. Here's the leapfrog by Javon. Misses the drop kick though. Braun stopping himself. And now, oh my goodness, a neck breaker. And just like that, any fire that Javon Evans was looking to build up is gone. The flame has been extinguished. Now Braun, oh, wait a minute here. Maybe it hasn't. Maybe the flame is still there. Here comes Javon, another headlock scissors takedown. And now Javon Evans to the top rope. What's he planning here? Braun Breaker out on his feet. Another takedown, a Hurricane Rana right there by Javon Evans. Now Javon heading to the top rope. The young Goji with a frog splash. And what a beautiful frog splash it was. Into the cover now, rolling Braun Breaker over onto his shoulders. And oh, Braun Breaker got the shoulder up again. Paul Heyman might be starting to sweat a little bit. I think this is why he really tried to recruit Javon Evans, because he knows how good the young OG can be. Oh my God, once again a gut buster. And now Braun Breaker might be signaling the end right in front of Paul Heyman. It's the Steiner recliner. Javon Evans has got nowhere to go. I don't know if Javon is going to be able to fight out of this one. The Steiner recliner has been locked in by Braun Breaker, and he's wrenching back, sitting on the back of the young OG. Javon might be starting to fade. I don't know what's going on here, Javon. Wait a minute. He got a leg. Oh my goodness, Javon Evans able to fight out of it. Got the arm out of there, and now he's free. Well, I haven't seen many people fight out of that Steiner recliner by Braun Breaker. And now Javon Evans once again looking to head to the top rope. Wait a minute, decides against it. Oh, wait a minute, never mind, he's going to go back. Oh my goodness, high from the Evans. Into the cover, hooking the leg right in front of Paul Heyman. Braun Breaker got the shoulder up. And Paul Heyman trying to compose himself, but right now the young OG is all over Braun Breaker. Oh, wait a minute here. Oh, look at this. Paul Heyman trying to distract the young OG. Javon, Braun's right in front of you. There's no reason to get distracted with Paul Heyman. And now Braun, oh my God, you've got to be kidding me. Well, we know that Paul Heyman said he wanted to mold Javon Evans into the main event superstar that he wants to be. And maybe stuff like, wait a minute here. Javon Evans with a big strike now. Another big strike after he was able to fight out of it. Oh my goodness, the springboard cutter. Here comes Javon Evans. And now, the young OG with the OG cutter off the top. The cover on Braun Breaker. This should do it. No, it doesn't. Braun again got the shoulder up. Well, you can see the face of Paul Heyman. He was in shock. He thought Javon Evans just pulled off the upset. And now, oh my goodness, Braun Breaker ducks the springboard clothesline of Javon. And another neck breaker. Oh no, the straps are coming down. The straps are coming down, ladies and gentlemen. I think Braun Breaker's had just about enough of what's going on here tonight. Javon Evans, don't turn around. There's a spear. Javon Evans is finished. Oh, and Braun Breaker isn't, though. Javon, you got to stay down at this point. Oh, my God. Another one. That's it. Well, it was nice to see Javon Evans trying to fight back. I mean, he got the springboard cutter and then the OG cutter. We thought he had him. But clearly Braun Breaker had enough. Clearly he had enough of Javon Evans trying to fight his way back into the contest. And the straps came down, and it was academic from there. You can see the OG cutter right here. We all thought Javon Evans just picked up the huge upset over Braun Breaker, but to no avail. Then the straps came down. Javon was hit with another spear. The third spear he was hit with tonight. There's the fourth one that would spell the end for the young OG.
Here is your winner,
Well, I mean, this is kind of what Javon wanted. He wanted this fight here tonight, and unfortunately, it didn't go too well for him. Braun Breaker is victorious here tonight, puts on for the Vision. And once again, the Vision asserting their dominance over the Monday Night Raw roster. They took out Jacob Fatu, and Braun Breaker just took out the young OG. Braun Breaker victorious. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, come on now. You won the damn match. Oh, my goodness. Referee Rob Zapata. You got to get out of there. Well, Braun Breaker clearly not done here tonight. I guess Paul Heyman gave the... Oh, no. Oh, no. So somebody get out here and stop this madman. Javon Evans is defenseless. Oh, my God. Referee Rob Zapata had to get out of there. Braun Breaker's got a damn table. It seems like Paul Heyman gave the orders, and it seems like Braun Breaker may be trying to take out the young OG the same way they put Jacob Fatu on the shelf. No! Don't do this! Oh my God, through the table. We need to get some help out here right now. Javon Evans, he hasn't moved. He has not moved ever since he went through that table. This is just sick from Braun Breaker. Well, we're back here live on Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen. And after the events that just transpired with Braun Breaker and Javon Evans, Javon has been transported to a hospital, and hopefully we can get an update on him either tonight or next week. But for right now, we have to shift focus because the very pissed off Rhea Ripley is in the building. And you can see it on her face. She is not in the mood for games here tonight. Why Rhea Ripley is in this very bad mood, you ask? Well, simply put, she was screwed over. She was screwed over. She was screwed out of a Women's World Championship opportunity this past Saturday at Backlash. And I guess that is why she is here tonight. She is here to address the elephant in the room. And look into the eyes of Rhea Ripley. Those are some very dangerous eyes, ladies and gentlemen. She is seeing red here tonight, and she is looking for some damn answers, and she's going to get them one way or another. What exactly are we talking about? Well, let me take you back to last week, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look back at this qualifying matchup that Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch had. What a phenomenal matchup it was. Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch going back and forth to see who would face Stephanie Vaquer at Backlash. Of course, as we know, we'd eventually find out that Becky Lynch would face Stephanie Vaquer. But this is the moment right here. JC Jane, NXT's JC Jane, not even a member of the Monday Night Raw roster, coming down to ringside and distracting Rhea Ripley. We don't know what the meaning of this was. We don't know why JC Jane was even allowed in the building. But Rhea Ripley took her eye off the ball for a little bit because JC Jane distracted her. And then Becky Lynch would come back into the ring with a couple of manhandle slams, and that would secure the man the victory. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, it was just a very, very bizarre situation because everybody was trying to figure out why. Why was JC Jane here? She's not an official member of the Monday Night Raw roster. And why, and even if she was going to show up, not even being a member of the roster, why then? Why in that specific moment did JC Jane show up to cost Rhea Ripley a shot at the Women's World Championship? We were left with so many questions. Too many questions that I couldn't even try to formulate any type of reasonable answer. And then ever since, I mean, the whole week, Rhea Ripley, she's been pissed off. She's been taking it to social media, and she's been tweeting a lot about how pissed off she's been, trying to figure out what the hell is JC Jane's problem, what is her problem with her. I mean, like I said, just so many questions sprouted from that moment last week. And everybody gave Becky Lynch the benefit of a doubt. We don't even think Becky Lynch knew that JC Jane was going to show up. We didn't even think Becky Lynch knew JC Jane was there. But as you can see here, JC Jane gloating towards Rhea Ripley, talking about how she screwed her out of the Women's World Championship and how she screwed her out of Backlash. Well, hopefully we get some damn answers here tonight because Rhea Ripley is probably not going to take no for an answer. Whoa, boy, ladies and gentlemen, Rhea Ripley is not here for talking. She's here to throw some hands, and she's calling out JC Jane right here, right now. You want to screw me over? Get your ass out here. Well, where is JC Jane? Oh, is she gonna no-show? Well, that sucks. JC Jane no-showing here tonight after what she did last week. That's kind of pathetic, if you ask me. Sort of a coward move by JC. Wait a minute here. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. That is the music of JC Jane. Well, where is she? Well, Rhea Ripley looking towards the ramp, trying to ask an official just what the hell is going on. Well, wait a minute. What the hell? What the? That's Fallon Henley from NXT. Just what is going on here on Monday Night Raw? Last week, it was JC Jane attacking Rhea Ripley. Well, not really attacking, but distracting Rhea Ripley. And now this week, after Rhea Ripley is trying to call out JC Jane, we get Fallon Henley. And to my knowledge, Fallon Henley is also not a part of the Raw roster. Just what is going on around here, and what is going on around Rhea Ripley? Rhea Ripley, however, doesn't care. She wants to get her hands on somebody, and I guess Fallon Henley just nominated herself with that attack. Well, I don't know if Fallon Henley and JC Jane are in on this together, but regardless, Rhea Ripley does not care. She's looking to give somebody a beating, and well, Fallon Henley, you gotta, reap what you sow, as right now you are getting hands put on you by the Nightmare. Getting the beating that she deserves. Well, I thought we were going to get answers here tonight, but I guess we're left with even more questions than we had last week, ladies and gentlemen. Why is Fallon Henley here now, and where the hell is JC Jane? So many questions, and I know I've said that a lot, but it's just so many questions as Rhea Ripley now has a hold of Fallon Henley and looks to take out the trash in Baltimore. Oh, wait a minute. Well, there's JC Jane, and from behind with that pump kick takes down Rhea Ripley. Wait a minute here. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. As JC Jane continues to beat down Rhea Ripley, I'm getting word in our headset here. I'm getting word from backstage that both JC Jane and Fallon Henley are official Monday Night Raw roster participants. They are both officially here on Monday Night Raw. I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm done. I don't even know what to say anymore. What is going on? Well, I guess now they are authorized to be here, but why are they going after the Nightmare? What is their issue with Rhea Ripley? Well, clearly it seems like JC Jane and Fallon Henley are teaming up here on the Red Brand. We know that they have some history and they were a team on NXT. But why are they doing this now here? Oh my goodness, we saw that earlier from Charlotte, a natural selection. I'm just at a loss for words. I don't even know what to say anymore. All I have is questions, and I just want some answers. Oh my God, chair shot to the skull of the Nightmare. JC Jane picking up right where Fallon Henley left off. These two, I don't even know what to call them. I don't even want to call them out of their name, but I just don't know what to say. And now what's going to happen here? Rhea Ripley's still down here. Fallon Henley back to her feet. She's got another steel chair for JC Jane. The officials got to get the hell out of there. Now Fallon Henley. Oh, wait a minute. Here's Io Sky. Io Sky looking to even the odds and save her best friend Rhea Ripley. JC Jane and Fallon Henley heading for the hills. Now all of a sudden, we've got a fair playing field. Oh my goodness, a lot just went down, ladies and gentlemen. But we've got to move on. I'm sorry, but we have to. Because coming up next in just moments, we are finally going to hear from AJ Lee. AJ Lee is live here in the CFG Bank Arena, and she is looking to talk about Backlash. We saw AJ Lee show face once again at Backlash 48 hours ago. And it was, I have to say, it was a very bold appearance from AJ Lee. It was an appearance I don't think really anybody expected, but regardless, we got it. AJ Lee would make her face known once again at Backlash in a big way. What are we talking about? Well, remember earlier tonight we talked about how Stephanie Vaquer won with just a tad bit of outside interference. Not to take anything away from Stephanie, but it was AJ Lee that did it. And let's take a look back at Backlash. And now Stephanie Vaquer possibly looking to finish this one. Becky, though, with a kick to the gut, not going to allow it. And now the third manhandle slam of the match. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. Stephanie's down and out, but Becky is not going for the cover. Is she starting to have doubts? Is she starting to think that maybe, just maybe, that won't be enough either? What's she looking to do right here is, oh no, she's gonna lock in that disarmer again already on that injured arm. I don't know how much Stephanie Vaquer can take anymore. That arm is hurt. She's been hit with 3 manhandle slams. What is she gonna have to do to fight her way back into the contest? Wait a minute, what the hell? That's the music of AJ Lee. Becky Lynch doesn't know what's going on. Becky Lynch seems like she's seen a ghost and AJ is here. Well, we know AJ confronted Becky Lynch on the season premiere of Raw, saying that she will do whatever it takes to basically humble Becky Lynch. And it seems like that distraction was more than enough. Becky Lynch's eye was taken off the ball just a little bit with the arrival of AJ Lee. Stephanie Vaquer was able to slip out of the grasp. Wait a minute here. SVB. SVB by Stephanie. Becky Lynch now is in prime position. Here we go. Flying through the air is the Dark Angel. Hooking the leg of Becky Lynch. We've got our Women's World Champion. AJ Lee caused chaos in St. Louis. And now tonight here in Baltimore, we hear her side of the story. Oh dear, well, we knew eventually we would see this woman's face tonight. And you gotta think she just heard everything that AJ Lee had to say. AJ Lee basically saying she had to humble Becky Lynch 48 hours ago. And you can see the look on Becky's face. She's not having any of it. AJ Lee laying down the law, saying that Becky's attitude got her into this mess, and I frankly agree with her. And I think AJ's just left Becky Lynch speechless. She's just walking out of here. AJ Lee saying that Becky needed to be humbled, that her attitude of her basically saying she's the only woman that deserves to be a champion, it came back to bite her. And AJ Lee said, oh, wait a minute, Becky's back. Oh my God. And Becky Lynch has exploded here tonight, attacking AJ Lee with that kendo stick. What the hell is wrong with you? Becky Lynch believes that AJ Lee screwed her out of the Women's World Championship, and she screwed the WWE Universe out of a very formidable champion. AJ Lee is down, and Becky Lynch just got her payback. Son of a bitch. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our main event is coming up next here. The Intercontinental Championship is on the line as Seth Rollins' Open Challenge will finally commence. Rollins versus anybody who signed their name on the dotted line. It's going to be crazy. Who is going to answer the challenge? Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we take another look back at St. Louis 48 hours ago, the World Tag Team Championships were on the line as two of the greatest tag teams to ever do it went 2v2 for the gold. Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, taking on Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin of the Motor City Machine Guns. It was a very good tag team bout, with both of these teams throwing everything they could at each other to become the World Tag Team Champions. Near fall after near fall, and everything these two teams did for some reason just didn't work. All their big shots did not work, and it took everything out of them to finally get a result. Unfortunately for the Usos, it was a defeat. It was a failure at Backlash as they were not able to secure the World Tag Team Championships. The Motor City Machine Guns really caught the Usos off guard, and they were able to take advantage, and they were able to overcome the Usos and bring home the gold. As you can see here, Chris Sabin in huge trouble as he was hit with the 1D, but unfortunately, that would not do it for the Usos. But this right here, Skull and Bones for Motor City, was able to put away Jimmy Uso, and Sabin and Shelley walked out of St. Louis as the World Tag Team Champions. Motor City looks very good with those championships. They fought long and hard for those, and the World Tag Team Champions will be in the building next week. The reign will now finally start for Motor City as Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin are in tag team action. Motor City Machine Guns take on Julius and Brutus, the Creed brothers of American Made. A huge opportunity for the Creed brothers next week, taking on the World Tag Team Champions. Also going down next week, let's take it back a couple of more weeks here on Monday Night Raw. The Aussie icon Grayson Waller was in one-on-one action. He didn't know who his opponent was, and it would end up being the ruler, Obafemi. And ladies and gentlemen, I just gotta say, it wasn't even close. It was an absolute massacre. Obafemi destroyed Grayson Waller. Using his power, his agility, his speed, the whole playbook from Obafemi, he did everything he could to show off his dominance. And Grayson Waller, ever since this matchup happened, he's been complaining to officials. He's been complaining to higher ups, saying, hey, I wasn't ready for that type of contest. I didn't even know who my opponent was going to be. I was signed on, ready for a matchup. I had no time to prepare, and that is exactly why Obafemi took advantage of the situation, and he was able to pick up a quick win with this fall from Grace. It was a quick night for both Obafemi and Grayson Waller. And Grayson Waller clearly had enough, and I guess his complaining worked, because next week here on Monday Night Raw, we're running it back. It's a rematch from a couple of weeks ago. The Aussie icon Grayson Waller believes he has watched the tape and he has the right game plan in order to take down the ruler. I guess we'll see if he can put it into action as Waller takes on Obafemi next week here on the Red Brand. Also, going down next week. After the vicious attack we saw earlier tonight by Natalya on Stephanie Vaquer, Natalya has now been scheduled for a matchup next week, and the Women's World Champion is looking for a little bit of payback. Stephanie Vaquer versus Natalya 1v1 next week here on Raw. And then, of course, it was announced earlier tonight, but the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther will be back in the building next week. He will be talking about what happened at Backlash and what is next in store for the Ring General. The World Heavyweight Champion is live. All that and more going down next week on Raw. It is sure to be a good one.
The following contest is an open challenge and is for the WWE Intercontinental Championship.
All of that is next week, but tonight we have one more match to go. It is main event time here in Baltimore. And Seth freaking Rollins, the Intercontinental Champion, issued this open challenge earlier tonight, and now it is finally time for Rollins to lace the boots up and defend the Intercontinental Championship against whoever signed their name on the dotted line. Of course, earlier tonight, Seth Rollins had a run-in with CM Punk. Punk congratulating Rollins on winning the Intercontinental Championship, but not without a little bit of a nudge, saying that he would not be champion without him. Of course, if you remember on the season premiere of Monday Night Raw, Seth Rollins took on Ludwig Kaiser in a qualifying matchup, and Gunther would try multiple times to get involved in that contest, and CM Punk would, of course, take out Gunther. And I guess CM Punk is a little bit right, ladies and gentlemen, that indirectly helped Seth Rollins be able to win that matchup in order to get to Backlash to gain the Intercontinental Championship. Of course, Seth Rollins wasn't having any of it, told Punk off saying, "I did not need your help, nor do I ever want it." And he says he won that Intercontinental Championship all by himself. And I guess tonight, Seth Rollins has the chance to hush up Punk and any doubters there may be within the WWE Universe. So we have the champion. It is now time to see who signed their name on the open contract. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, ladies and gentlemen. This one is gonna be a good one here in the CFG Bank Arena. The Celtic Warrior has answered the challenge. Sheamus is in the building tonight, and he is back for one reason and one reason only, and that is to gain the one championship that has eluded him his entire career. And Seth Rollins, you saw a little bit of a smirk on his face. He should have known that maybe Sheamus would answer this challenge, but I guess Seth is also a little bit pleased of the man who is coming out here ready for battle. We all know how dangerous Sheamus is. A former WWE champion, a former United States champion, tag team champion, Royal Rumble winner, Mr. Money in the Bank, you name it, Sheamus has probably done it. And tonight he is looking for the one accomplishment he has never been able to do, secure the Intercontinental Championship. And we've got a banger of a match. Rollins and Sheamus for one of the top prizes in the industry. Let's waste no more time and take it down to Mike Rome.
Introducing the challenger from Dublin, Ireland, weighing in at 267 pounds, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus. And his opponent from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 225 pounds, the WWE Intercontinental Champion, Seth freaking Rollins.
The energy in the building tonight has been electric all night, and we are getting an absolute classic, I believe, to end things off here tonight. Intercontinental Championship on the line. Seth Rollins, Sheamus. Here we go. The bell has been rung. As you can see, Seth Rollins extending the hand out to the Celtic Warrior, and they both shake on it. A show of respect by these two men to start things off. Here we go. We got a collar and elbow tie-up to start things off between Rollins and Sheamus. Where Seth Rollins said that he knows the pressure of being champion, knows he has to look over his shoulder almost every second. And tonight he issued the open challenge, ready to see who exactly would step up. And well, he rolled the dice and he got the Celtic War. Oh my goodness, referee Jason Ayers, you've got to get out the way right there. Already taken down as the referee. That's really not either Sheamus or Rollins' fault. Like we were saying, the Rollins rolled the dice tonight, and he got Sheamus out of it. And now he has to defend the Intercontinental Championship 48 hours after winning it against one of the most dangerous and one of the most brutal WWE superstars in history. Of course, Sheamus, we all know Sheamus, he will hit you, and he will hit you hard. And we all know Rollins, he welcomes the punishment. So wait a minute, Sheamus already sent to the outside. What is Seth Rollins looking to do here? Here comes Rollins. Oh my goodness! Well, takes out Sheamus, but referee Jason Ayers, that's the second time already he's been taken out. The matchup really just started, and Jason Ayers already has been taken out not once, but twice. These referees, they've really got to start getting out the way, ladies and gentlemen. But regardless, Rollins is in control of the matchup so far. And now Rollins tried for the forearm, not going. And Sheamus now responding with a strike and another one. The Celtic Warrior took some time off, got himself back in shape, got himself back in the right mindset. And now he's here tonight to win the Intercontinental Championship. He's had multiple opportunities to win the gold, and unfortunately, he has just not been able to get it. He has not been able to grasp the Intercontinental Championship. But tonight could be the night with an open challenge from Seth Rollins. He did not know who he needed to prepare for. Maybe this is just the night that Sheamus was looking for. Oh my goodness! Taking down Rollins right there off the second rope cover here by Sheamus. We got a 2 count. Rollins got the shoulder up. Of course, Sheamus knows it's not going to be easy to defeat Seth Rollins, regardless if it's an open challenge or not. Oh my God! Well, I told you Sheamus hits hard, and that right there just proved it. Just a clubbing blow to the chest of Seth Rollins. And now Sheamus has a hold of the Visionary, and oh my goodness, the fall away slam. And Rollins having to roll to the outside, trying to get a little bit of a breather here. Trying to get a little bit of R&R away from Sheamus, but Sheamus is on top of things. Sheamus has won many championships in his career. He knows that he cannot allow Rollins to be on the outside too long. He cannot win this matchup by countout or disqualification. He cannot win the championship, my bad. He has to pin or submit Seth Rollins in the middle of the ring in order to win the Intercontinental Gold. Sheamus now with the hold of Seth Rollins. What's he looking to do? He's going to send Rollins back into the middle of the squared circle. Referee Jason Ayers waiting for Sheamus to be back in the ring, and he does. Oh my goodness! Takes down Rollins right there with that running maneuver. Could that be it to win the Intercontinental Championship? Not just yet. A kick out by Seth Rollins at 2. And right now, Sheamus has got to keep on the attack. He gave Rollins just a few more. Oh my goodness, he gave Rollins just too much time. Just a tad bit too much time. He didn't take too long, but it was enough for Rollins to gain his whereabouts. And now, as you can see, Rollins is back in the match. Big chop there by Rollins, followed up by another one. Seth Rollins trying to fight his way back into the contest against Sheamus. Off the ropes goes the Celtic Warrior. There's a sling blade. Here comes Seth Rollins, ladies and gentlemen. The Intercontinental Champion Now is, oh my goodness, thought he was going for a neck breaker, but instead that clubbing forearm to the back of the neck. We've seen Rollins hit that many times before. And now Sheamus slowly but surely getting back to his feet. Now Rollins off the apron with that jumping knee strike. Down goes the Celtic Warrior, and the Visionary is on top. And now Rollins, what's he looking to do here? Neck breaker. Oh, wait a minute, never mind. Again with that clubbing forearm to the back of the neck. And now Rollins, he's going to head to the top rope here. What is Seth Rollins potentially looking for? Off the top rope, crossbody down onto the Celtic Warrior. The WWE Universe on their feet as they continue to watch Rollins and Sheamus fight over the Intercontinental Championship. And now Rollins sending Sheamus back into the middle of the ring. Jason Ayers now trying to get Rollins back in the ring. Rollins will oblige with that springboard knee strike onto Sheamus. Into the cover, hooking the leg of the Celtic Warrior, but it's a kick out at 2. A powerful kick out nonetheless. Still a lot of fight left in the Celtic Warrior. And now Rollins gets the drop kick down onto Sheamus. Sheamus is not in a good position here. He's got to fight his way back into the matchup now. Rollins was able to successfully get himself back into the match. Let's see if Sheamus can follow suit. And now Rollins looking for, oh my God! Sheamus took hard buckle right there as Rollins with a big shoot off. And now what's he looking for here? Seth Rollins calling Sheamus to his feet. What is the game plan? Rollins now off the top, another crossbody. Didn't get really all of it, but just enough, maybe at least 10% in order to take Sheamus off his feet, but Sheamus is able to fight back almost immediately. Like I said, with that crossbody, he didn't get all of it. It was enough to take Sheamus down, but Sheamus wasn't affected enough to where he wasn't going to be able to fight back. After the running power slam, what is Sheamus looking for here? He's going to send Rollins over the top rope, and oh no, ladies and gentlemen, the 10 beats of the veteran. Just listen to those shots. My God, I don't know how anybody can survive some of those. Just vicious shots from the Celtic Warrior onto Seth Rollins. Now we're back on the outside. Rollins face first off our announce table. Sheamus now with the hold of the Visionary. And there's another running power slam on the outside. Sheamus continuing to be all over Seth Rollins, not allowing Rollins much room to breathe. Now puts Rollins back into the middle of the squared circle. Sheamus, he's going to head to the top rope here. What is Sheamus possibly looking to do? Sheamus, oh my goodness, a shoulder tackle off the top. Going flying does the Great White. Into the cover now. Rollins shoots the shoulder up. Just a 2 count for Sheamus. There's a DDT taking down Seth Rollins. All of this for the Intercontinental Championship. It was an open contract, an open challenge sent out by Seth Rollins, and Sheamus was the one to oblige. Here's the schoolboy, but the rope break causes a breakup. Rollins now running drop kick into the corner. Sheamus is down, and he is in perfect position. Here comes Seth Rollins trying to get to the top rope, but Sheamus immediately getting back to his feet, not allowing Rollins to get off whatever he wanted to do. And now Sheamus lying in wait for Rollins to get back to his feet. Pro kick! A pro kick out of nowhere! Oh my goodness! To steal the championship! Sheamus has got him! Rollins got the shoulder up! Oh my goodness, took Rollins off the top rope, hit a pro kick as soon as Rollins got to his feet, but yet Seth Rollins is still in the fight. And that pro kick landed flush, ladies and gentlemen. From where I'm sitting, it got clear contact, but still not enough for Sheamus to finally walk out of somewhere with the Intercontinental Championship. But Seth Rollins is in a bad way, and Sheamus knows it. That's why he is all over the Visionary, trying to make sure that he does what he needs to do. Another fall-away slam. Sheamus right now in full control, calling Rollins to his feet. What's the game plan now for the Great White? And oh my God, there's a nice knee strike. Rollins may be out cold. Sheamus now picking Rollins up to his feet. Off the ropes now. And oh, Rollins able to move out of the way of Sheamus there. And now punch by Rollins. And now Rollins has the roll up here. Another roll up, possibly looking to steal the championship, to steal the win, but a kick out by Sheamus, a very powerful one. And now Rollins off the ropes, wasting no time. Big knee strike that might have busted open the Great White, and it did. You can see the blood starting to flow. Rollins not wasting any time, however. Going to the top rope. Seth freaking Rollins, Phoenix Splash! We don't see him hit that very often, but when he does, it is sure beautiful. Rollins continuing the attack, putting Sheamus in the corner. And now, oh no. Well, we've seen Rollins use this many times. Buckle bomb! Down goes Sheamus. Could that do it for Rollins to retain the Intercontinental Championship? Unfortunately, it's not. The buckle bomb not enough for Rollins to secure the title. And now sends Sheamus over to the ropes here. And now Rollins once again taking out the trash. And he may be looking to fly once again. What is Rollins looking to do? Through the middle rope, down with the double feet. Sheamus is down, and Rollins is starting to feel the momentum shift towards his way. Here comes Rollins. Oh, lands on his feet after flying over the ring. Sheamus might have been a little bit too far, but regardless, he got the discus forearm. Rollins still in control. And now Rollins has a hold of Sheamus, and he's got him up. This is not looking good for the Celtic Warrior. And oh my goodness, a sit-out power bomb. And you can feel it. Seth Rollins is starting to feel it from this sold-out crowd in Baltimore. What a crowd it's been here tonight. They are on their feet for this Intercontinental Championship main event. Rollins rolling up Sheamus, believing he may have him here after that sit-out powerbomb on the outside. And unfortunately for Rollins, he does not have anything yet. Not a victory here tonight just yet for the Visionary. Seth Rollins now with the hold of Sheamus. Once again, that clubbing forearm to the back of the neck. Rollins trying to think what he has to do to take down Sheamus in this matchup. Has a hold of Sheamus. Sheamus able to fight out with that punch to the gut. And there's a nice clothesline. Clothesline takes Rollins off his feet. Disoriented now is the Visionary. And now Sheamus. Oh my goodness, there's a backbreaker. And now Sheamus picks Rollins up to his feet here. The hell is Sheamus possibly looking to do right now? All of this for the Intercontinental Championship. Both men looking to do anything it takes. Throw caution to the wind in order to call themselves the champion. Sheamus now has Rollins on his shoulders. Once again takes him down off the second rope. And now Sheamus looking out to the WWE Universe, calling for Seth Rollins to get to his feet. Rollins has no idea where he is. The second pro kick of the match. The second one. This is it. New champion. New Intercontinental Champion. No! Sheamus still has not secured the title either. Seth Rollins still has a lot of fight left in him. And Sheamus knows that, and that is why he's starting to get a little bit frustrated, a little bit furious as he tries to take down the Visionary. Sheamus now calling for Rollins to get to his feet. And the Celtic Warrior with a shoulder tackle from the middle rope now. Rollins is down. Sheamus has got the Visionary right where he wants him. What do you do if you're Sheamus? Off the ropes goes Rollins into the big clothesline. Didn't get much of it, however. Oh, wait a minute. Rollins now catches the gut punch. And now a discus forearm by Seth. Here comes Rollins now. There's a lion salt by the Visionary. The champion starting to fight back here in this matchup. Kick to the gut. Here comes Rollins now. A pedigree, a move that Sheamus knows all too well. And yet somehow for Seth Rollins, it's not enough to retain the gold. What does Seth Rollins have to do? He's on the top rope again. Calling for Sheamus to get to his feet now. Rollins misses a crossbody. Sheamus moved out of the way. And now Sheamus has Rollins on his shoulders looking for a little bit of white noise. White noise by the Celtic Warrior. Hooking the leg. Rollins so close to the ropes, but he doesn't need it. He got the shoulder up again. Oh my God, what do you do if you're the Celtic Warrior? You've done everything right. You've done everything the way you're supposed to. Pro kick! A third one of the match. But Sheamus is not done. Looking for the finishing touches, running at Rollins. Rollins though reverses into a snap German. Possibly looked for a fourth pro kick of the matchup, and now Rollins catching him off guard. Here we go, stomping Sheamus into the canvas. But Rollins believes that will not be it. Grows to the corner. Sheamus trying to get to his feet. There's another stomp. Sheamus's head stomped into the mat. Rollins retains the title. What a battle here tonight. What a matchup. Sheamus giving it his all as he always does. But at the end of the day, there's a reason why everybody calls him the visionary, the revolutionary, the architect. Seth Rollins had the blueprint here tonight, and it worked to damn near perfection. Seth Rollins will be walking out of Baltimore with the same Intercontinental Championship he won 48 hours ago. My goodness, what a battle. Both of these men gave it their all. You see Seth Rollins celebrating his victory here tonight. Wait a minute. Sheamus up to his feet now. Rollins and Sheamus face to face. And look at that, no hard feelings from the Celtic Warrior, extending the hand, the show of sportsmanship by these two competitors.
Here's your winner, and still WWE Intercontinental Champion, Seth Rollins.
A valiant return for the Celtic Warrior, unfortunately, ends up in defeat. But we know Sheamus will be back, and Rollins for sure knows it, that maybe one day he's going to have to tango with Sheamus yet again. But tonight, Seth Rollins celebrates as he walks out of Baltimore with the Intercontinental Championship. What a matchup. What a night. We thank you for joining us here tonight for Monday Night Raw. We will see you for... Wait a minute here. Wait a minute. That's the enforcer. Oh my God. Solo Sikoa is here, and it seems like he is not done with Seth Rollins after Backlash. Has the Intercontinental Championship in his hands. Rollins turns around and gets flattened with his own title. And it seems like Solo Sikoa has taken aim at the Visionary.